What are some questions that that you guys are struggling with right now? Like, what are some things that are confusing you? Um, I want to kind of start with that, just asking a lot of questions.
I have a question.
All right.
So sometimes with my entries, like let's say price pushes one way and then makes a pullback. Sometimes I don't know how far it's going to pull back. So once I notice it's starting to pull back a little bit, I start taking entries right away, thinking like, oh, what if it keeps pushing? But then it'll continue to pull back like another 3 or 4 pips, and then go the way that it's intended to go. So then my entry's kind of like a shitty entry by 3 or 4 pips because I wasn't patient or didn't wait. So how do you know when price is gonna continue to just keep pushing in that direction? Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. Because most importantly, all day long, like price is gonna go. Like, let's look at GJ for example, right? Um, which
Like,
pair?
how do you
Which
know it's going to keep shooting in that direction, or how do you know it's going to wait till that 5 minute candle closes or whatever to stay at that little pullback and then go? You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I mean, ultimately, number one, it's gonna be time of day. It's gonna be a time of day where the price actually has volatility or has no volatility. So like for give me like what time of the day were you talking about?
Nikki.
So that was later on in the day. So let's look with UJ.
Yeah.
So all right, so like here is 1700 hours here. I had all marked up. I put a webinar out there.
Yeah, like right under the higher low that you just deleted, see how it made a pullback? So my instincts would be to like enter right as it's going as right as it's pulling back, but then see it pushed up another like 3, 4, 5 pips or whatever
So
that is.
like right here, you're saying?
No, go over. I mean, that's a shitty example, but I mean,
So
no,
but so for buys or for sells?
go over one more candle for
The
sales. So,
the
so
first
the
bearish?
price pushed down, right?
Yeah.
And then it made a pullback, and so my instincts would be start stacking sells right there, and then it goes up under the 3 or 4 pips before it comes back down. I don't know if I would have taken entries there, but I'm just saying, for example, like when price pushes and then makes a little pullback, sometimes
So
I rush it too quickly and don't let the candle close all the way.
so that you just answered your question. It's really allowing candles to close because like if like price can be way up. Let me just figure out like a good example. It's just when you
Because
allow
candles are
candles.
like sometimes it'll push up and then keep going before that candle closes, so then you miss the opportunity
Yeah,
sometimes. You know what I mean?
so like for
Is
an
that a price you have to pay, or
well, it's just a matter on psychology and holding out drawdown. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because like for example, if I circle this, right? This is on the
Mhm.
5 minute, right? So I don't recommend many people trade on the 5 minute, but so when we have this whole highest high, oops, this always does that to me for some reason.
Mhm.
All right, so we've got like this highest high up here, right?
Mhm.
And then what do we initially know is, sell resistance, buy support, right? So if we
Mhm.
already didn't get in here, you know what I'm saying? Just already for your sells, right? Because this was like pretty much once we notice, okay, so what do we have here? We've got our this resistance up top, right? We've got this resistance up
Mhm.
top. The higher time frame, like the hour, for example, um, the hour time frame in this area, like this area closed bearish. So we can already
Mhm.
expect probably we're going to keep going down, right? So even with this whole pullback, this is only like 6 pips or so, isn't it? Right? 4 pips. So you can see that this whole pullback it's not like entirely significant, right? But this whole hour
Mhm.
closed bearish. So just by following momentum, right? So this time does have volatility just because of the open of the Asian market for Nikki, right? So
Mhm.
with the higher time frames already kind of telling us like, okay, well, we're going down. Like this one, for example, right? So this was right after 7 a.m. Well, look at how bearish. Look at this big old candle that it left us, right? And so you
Mhm.
would think, okay, we'll take sell positions to go fill the wick. Well, oh my gosh, this whole can't like this only went down like 5 pips or so, but you can see how this candle is leaving us off with a wick that it probably wants to go and retest. So anything that it makes a pullback is probably just for liquidity, right?
Mhm.
Although this did make lower low, higher high, higher low to keep going to change of structure, but when it
Yeah.
comes to like the open over here, so if we were to look at 15, and this was also just on Monday. Monday doesn't have like crazy movement. It does sometimes. Uh oh. Uh oh. Somebody's acting up.
Something's going on with the audio.
Yeah. But anyway, so like for example, we've got off the 15-minute time frame. So we've got this highest high, right? Now we've got this lower low area. So what we're looking for if we're going to continue going down, because the higher time frame was already telling us we're probably going down. So this whole liquidity wick was just that 1 hour wick that it threw up, right?
Mhm.
And then it closes. It closes here, and what does price do? It creates a lower high, right? Just to go down. It didn't go down crazy, crazy. Overall, it did, right? Like overall, it ends up going down 15 pips or so, all the way until like the start of pretty much London Open. But as you can see, like you have to wait until the candle closes. But if you already have that higher time frame bias, like because you never know really how far price is gonna go. Like, like on a Monday it can go down this amount of pips, but it's today's a Tuesday. Tuesday will probably go down even more. A little later on in the week. Thursday might have even more volatility because we're later on in the week, so we've got we're gonna have more mobility and movement depending on the time of the day and the day in the week, because the days of the week do matter. Like you don't have to trade every single day of the week. You know what I'm saying? But
Mhm.
those specific setups. So I think what you're saying is just like the patience, because and it depends on the lot sizes that you set up, right? Because if you're putting like a higher lot size and you see a few pips of drawdown, you might get scared.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It has a lot to do with risk management. It has a lot to do with knowing where your profit target is and stuff. Because as you can see, like off the 5 minute, like this is just supply and demand, right? Price goes up, then comes right back down. That's always what price is going to do. Like double top, big double top, and price was pushing pretty heavy. So usually we're going to have like a retracement. And if we were to have
Mhm.
like EMAs up, when price is super far away from the 14 EMA, it acts like a magnet, right? And then look what we had on the 5 minute. The 5 minute
Yeah.
on a lower high ended up closing no wick. So it's pretty much telling us it's exhaustion, right? And these three 15-minute candles make up the one 15-minute candle that had the big wick and then it closed. Like these three candles here made up the one 15-minute candle. Did I go too far? They made up this one 15-minute candle. So those
Yeah.
three just make up that one. But as you can see, like off of this 5 minute, for example, like I don't recommend people really trading on the 5 minute yet, too much. But it could help you with confirms. Like we did close no wick, and we know price does have volatility, and we had an incoming cross, right? So we did have, drop, rally, and these EMAs wouldn't have crossed yet, and then we would have had the confirm, and then what did it do? It rallied again just to drop a little more, right? I mean that wasn't a big
Mhm.
drop at all, like a few pips, but still profit, still money to be made.
Yeah. Um,
Um, 2-1 confirm does. Should I be looking for those reversal confirms in a zone only? It depends, because I mean, like when I'm looking for those 2-1 confirms and stuff. Like if like for example, I'm gonna do this morning. This morning was perfect buys for UJ. So we have price left off with this. right? So the 2 a.m. probably going up. So let's see what it did. I didn't trade this morning, but let's see what it did. So here we have, right? We've got, this is right for that 6 o'clock candle. What do we have? We've got, I'm looking for my 2-2s and my 2-1 confirms pretty much like in the start of those like 4-hour candles at specific times of the day. So we've got like, you know, what? We've got like a lower low, higher high, right? Higher low, higher high. See, it just keeps moving up. Then we got another higher low, and price is just rallying, right? It's just rallying for a few hours, and then it broke structure again, and then look at, makes another higher low. So there's your, this would have already been like pretty much 2-2, not 2-1, just because it, I mean, as you can see, price was rallying just to launch. But if you're going to do really 2-1 confirm, that your 2-1 confirm would have been like here, because now we've got this major push. The 14 EMA acts like a magnet. Now it pulls it back, but we're in confluence to go bullish. So as soon as this huge bearish candle pretty much started, like, price is gonna, either you wait for this one, you know, to show, because you don't really know what it's gonna do, but we do know that because that 4-hour candle was, let us know, like, okay, well, the 2 o'clock finished here. Well, pretty much you can just follow momentum. We're not going down, we're going up. You know, price was telling us that we're going to keep going up in that direction, and the 15-minute time frame would have had your indications on the direction that price is going to go. So this is what, 5:45 here, right for 6 a.m. Right by 6:15. There's all your money is right here, right? Oh, look how much money that is. That's 13 pips. That's so much pips, guys. Like, put 10 entries on that. You know what I'm saying? 130 pips. You know, and then you're in and out. You're done. Like, you're done within 15 minutes. Like, legit, this is why I like to trade around the start of 4-hour candles, is because when you trade around the start... Uh-oh, what happened?
What just happened?
I don't know. It booted me. You guys still there?
Checking.
What the hell's going on?
I don't know. Can you guys hear me?
I think he's having some technical difficulty.
Can you guys hear me or no?
I'm gonna check with him real quick.
Uh-oh. What about now? Can you guys hear me now?
Something happened. Bad connection. I don't know what's going on.
Wait, I can't. Yeah. I don't have the video on, but I just have audio. You guys, you can hear me now?
I can hear you. I just can't see your screen anymore.
Okay, it's all good. I'm just gonna share it now. Maybe they're on to me because I didn't start the meeting. So by not starting the meeting, they're probably like kicking me out. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
Because I don't know what happened. The meeting just like kind of disappeared. Like the meeting disappeared.
Oh, okay.
And then I was gonna start a new one, but I already had somebody in the old meeting, so I was like, whatever. I'm just gonna stick with this one and just record the screen. But anyways, going back to can you guys see the screen again?
Yeah, I can still see it.
Okay, I want to pull the chat back up. I don't know if that answered your question, Lebo, but yes, okay. So that's, you know, I'm looking for, when I have confirm from the higher time frame which direction price is moving, then that's where my 2-2s are coming in, my, you know, all those confirms. So like, let's look for, like here, for example, like we can never anticipate like a crop, or we can never anticipate, I don't know why price moved like this, to be honest. Like there was no news on Forex Factory. There was no 9 o'clock news, right? Like there's really no reason why price is going to move crazy like this. Besides the fact that you can still get in on it by following market structure. So this is right before the 10. So here's the 10, but because at 10 o'clock is a new 4-hour candle, right? So the new 4-hour candle opens at 10, but you can never anticipate price doing this. But if we were trading like at this time, I mean, Like, I don't trade at that time, but like, you know, you've got higher highs, and then we've got a new lower low, and then to spot the 2-1 confirm, this would have been 2-1 confirm to change trend. Now we've got lower high. So this would have been the first lower high, so sell entries could have been taken, but you can't anticipate this drop. Like, this was almost a 30 pip drop. Like, you can, I don't know why price dropped down that much. If you got in on it, that would have been great. But like, if I pop, if the only thing that I can think is if we pull up this currency meter.
There's no news.
No, there's no news. It just moved. Probably the US dollar at that time probably was really weak, but you can never anticipate that. You know, that's why I like trading around specific times, very specific times. If it was right in time for the 10 a.m., so this would have been better to trade right at the 10 a.m. because then right when the new 4-hour candle opens, we already can see what price did. Like, look what price did. Now we've got this lowest low, and now we've got this pullback, and then you would just sell resistance at that point right for 10 a.m. because that was right when the candle opened, and then you can see there's a nice positioning to take your pips. So that's why I would have traded right at if I was trading right at the 4 a.m. or I would say 4 a.m. the 4-hour candle, because a smaller time frame would have had 2-1 confirm or 2-2 confirm in that time to continue bearish structure. But we are, you know, we're sitting at this nice area, this nice zone. So early in the morning was the best time, especially for your 2-2 that you're looking for. Off of the 15-minute time frame, if I pull it back up, we had. I'm just gonna draw it out. You know, this lowest low, whatever. It keeps creating higher highs and higher lows, right? And then finally the rally, it's just rallying to launch. And then right by 6 a.m., as you can see, this is your profit early in the morning. This is why I like trading around the 4-hour candles, because when momentum is there, as you can see, like this morning, this push, the currency meter, 100% Jappy would have been weaker and the dollar would have been stronger. I know 100% just because price revealed it. So you right when like the 4-hour candle opens, you're like, okay, well, let's kind of pull up some figures. Let's see what price is doing. The 4-hour candle already was telling us, let me hide everything. Follow momentum, right? Just to follow the momentum. This is where price cleared. We had a little bit of a rally. We had for 12 hours, price was just sitting on a support. You know, it's ready to keep going up. And right the 2 a.m. the 2 to 6 a.m. confirmed that right for the 6 o'clock to push bullish. So then again, you've got, you know, if you would have just looked a little further back just to see what price was doing, you can see, okay, well, we've got higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, another higher high, another higher low, right for 6. And as you can see, right by 6:15, all your money would have been made. But then you've got this nice pullback, and you still have opportunity to stack more buys, and then it goes up to reach its final highest high, and then of course it does its rally, and then it goes back down. Now we're just in consolidation, not a good time to trade. But right for that new 4-hour candle, boom, what did it do? It dropped, 12 pips or so in a matter of 30 minutes. In a matter of 30 minutes, you're in and out. Probably the first 15 minute, if we pull up this 6 pips or so, then it just drops again, follows momentum, and then you're just in and out. You don't.
Have a blessed evening.
What is that? What do you say? Can you guys still hear me? Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Maybe you guys are just like preoccupied. My bad. But what are some like other questions you guys have? My purpose of this webinar today was I just really wanted to discuss some issues people are having, because I still see an issue where people are paying for signals, and like, so for example, if I just post in a chat, buy now, like, what if you're working your day job? What if you're out to breakfast with your girl or your boyfriend? It's not effective to pay for a signals provider, because that, number one, you're not trading around your trading plan. Like, your trading plan is not based around someone giving you a signal. That's crap. You know, you don't go to work knowing that I'm going to make money because of somebody else. You go to work because you say, I know that I'm going to make money doing the specific job that I'm doing, right? It's the same thing in the Forex markets. When you get up to go trade, you get up, you do your market assessment. You should know ahead of time, this is how much money I can make today. You should already know ahead of time because that's part of your plan. Your plan is telling you how much money that you know that you can make. If I open up 1 entry, 2 entries, 3 entries at this specific lot size, this is how much money I'm making. But if you guys are just doing signals and just paying for signals providers, like, who knows, this guy is just going to be posting, oh, sell now or buy now. Like, I hope that you guys aren't just sitting on your phones, like, waiting for someone to call a signal out. It's crap. You should know when you're going to trade. Yeah, signals are rubbish, absolutely. You should know when you're going to trade, how you're going to trade, and what to look out for. So if like my trading plan is telling me that I'm going to base my trades around the 4-hour time frame, and I'm going to look for 2-2 setups in the off the 15-minute in the time frame. So here we go. If I was going to trade at 10 a.m., I would have already said, whoa, look at this huge bearish movement pulling way down. Boom, look at it, pulled up here. So if I would have been on right for 10 a.m., I would have had my lower high would have been my signal right there, right for the 10 a.m. candle to open to sell resistance, you know, because we know that we got volatility because now we want to come back down and test this area because price has already been down here and it was following just that bearish momentum for that time. And then you get in and out. Like, look, it dropped 11 pips or so in within the 30 minutes. So you're done. That's when you should be done trading. The same thing for the morning. Look how the morning was. Right by 6:15, it went up. How many was it? Like 13 pips or so? Done. Like, there's all your money, you're done. You can be done trading in 15 minutes. Run stop loss and profits. If you open up 5 entries, whatever, you take home 10 pips plus per position, and then just run your stop loss in profit. And then if the price pushes up, like let's say 20 pips, okay, perfect. Now let's adjust my stop loss even a little higher. So boom, there's my stop loss at whatever 15 pips or so, or you just pull it and you're done for the day. Like, you don't have to let, you know, your trades running till Timbuktu all day long. Like, just get in and get out. If you're scalping, you just get in. Look, 15 minutes, all your profit was right here, right? All your profit was in the first 15 minutes. And then we had the first pullback, right? So we have this area is another higher high. So we got H, right? And then what do we have here? A new higher low. Prices in confluence, we already know it's bullish. So trust the process. Trust the process that it's going to keep going up. If we go in a little, like, for example, when price pulls up here, this is not a good time to enter buys. Wait for a pullback. If it's going to have a pullback. Because if price is going to have this much of an engulfing candle, it's obviously going to make a retracement before it keeps going up. And what did it do? It pulled back just to launch again, right? So the time would be to wait, like Taylor was asking earlier, well, sometimes price pulls back and I don't know how far down it's going to go. Well, look at how engulfing this next one was. And what did the next do? It just launched right up. So wait for the candle to close. But if we were trading up until the 6 a.m., right for the start of the 4-hour candle, you can see the potential that your profits can come so quickly. See how quickly that came? In 15 minutes, you're in and out and you're done. The same thing could have happened for 10 a.m., right? The new 4-hour candle opens. Okay, well, what do we have? We have lower low, lower high. If you didn't get in here and already make all the money, now we've got a pullback. If you were just doing a market assessment for the 10 a.m., now we've got a lower high to keep going down for bearish momentum. And then you would have taken all your profit here in the first 15, 30 minutes. In and out. Done. Like, that's what like, I don't want to give you guys a trading plan, but I want you guys to be able to develop your own trading plan around specific times. Because the deal is this, like, I see the market my way. You're not going to see the market 100% the way that I see it, right? Challenge. I always wait for the next candle as a confirmation. After the bearish candle, I wait for the bullish again, which Charles Pips. Challenge. Are you challenging me, or are you just saying like a challenge for yourself? I got a little confused on that. But you guys definitely like need to start working on trading plans too. Like saying what works and what doesn't work. because a lot of the things that I trade, the way that I trade, you guys probably won't see it, right? Like if I look, for example, if I'm looking over here earlier, let me go to the 5-minute time frame. Like I've just been looking at charts for so long that I can identify things very easily. So if I'm looking at where was it at? Here we go. If I'm looking at here, right? So we've got this highest high up here. We got a lower low. It's sitting on a support, but then price closes no wick on the 5-minute time frame, lower high. Like my instincts are already going to tell me to stack sells, and then if this liquidity wick pulls up, I'm just going to stack more sells in there, and then I'm going to take my profits. But you guys might not see the chart the way that I see the chart. But that's what my eye is going to see. Okay, well, price closed no wick on a lower high. That's 2-1 confirm. Higher high, lower low, lower high. So we have 1, 2, 1, 2-1 confirm for 2-2 momentum, right? But you guys might not see that. But the more and more you guys practice market structure and teaching yourselves, like this is what I look for. This is what your interconnection is unstable. I got booted again. I'm back. You guys can see me. It's because I'm outside. Like I'm out in my backyard. It's so beautiful out, and I don't think the connection is registering that well. Maybe I move closer to the back the door. I don't know. But let me see. Did you guys understand that? Did that make sense to you? Let me pull the chat back up. Can't hear you. I just want to make sure that you guys comprehended that. But trading plans. Why is my internet connection so unstable? I'm going to move inside real quick. I'm sorry for the interference, guys. It makes me look so unprofessional right now. It's just too beautiful outside. Okay, I'm walking inside real quick. Sorry, guys. It's okay. I can hear you. Hee. All right. I'm going on the couch. I should have a great internet connection inside, obviously. Okay. Anyways, that was just like a little rant about trading plans and such. What are some other questions? What are some pairs that you guys trade? Because in particular, like what me and my students like to trade is primarily USD Jappy, Euro USD, and then the guys have really been liking to trade GJ lately because it pays out so much. UJ and GU, perfect. So there's a trick. There's actually a big trick that not a lot of people know. I'm going to type Forex hack with these 3 pairs. GBP Jappy, GBP USD, and USD Jappy. Can't see your screen. Oh, you can't see my screen? Can you guys see my screen?
Yeah, we can see it.
I can see your screen.
Okay. Sorry, I won't go outside next time. It was just so beautiful. I wanted to enjoy the outdoors for a little bit. So there's a hack with these 3 pairs. So I can see that Lebo says that he UJ and GU. So that's good because GBP Jappy also confirms. So the way that this hack works is if USD Jappy and GBP I don't know why it keeps booting me. Oh my gosh. My internet connection cut out. Dude. I don't know. I can't. I don't know what is going on with this connection, guys. Oh my gosh. Lost audio and screen. I'm back. I don't know why it keeps booting me. My internet just cut out. I'm so sorry, guys, for taking your time and it's booting me. All right, let me share my screen again. I'm gonna eventually get this technical stuff down where I'm just like really good at it, but for some reason I'm having these difficulties. So if USD JAPI and GBP USD are bullish, then GBP JAPI is twice as bullish. If USD JAPI and GBP USD are bearish, then GBP JAPI is twice bearish. If USD USD JAPI is bullish and GBP USD is bearish, then GBP JAPI will consolidate but move in the direction the other pair is pushing harder, which means like if USD JAPI is pushing up much harder than GBP USD is pushing down, then GBP JAPI will move higher because it's going to be moving with the Japanese yen. So it's a little hack. Not a little hack. It's kind of it's a big hack between those pairs. So if you guys are trading those specific pairs for swings or something, then you guys can help your analysis a little bit more. But that's the way that little hack works. So I'll put up on the screen more chat. What's going on? Oh. My gosh. How embarrassing is this? Sorry for anybody who's going to be watching this later. You're going to get really annoyed with this. And then oh, jeez. Sorry, guys. Everybody who's... Your phone keeps dying? My gosh, this is so embarrassing. I just feel bad for you guys who are going to be watching later. You're going to be like, dude, this guy doesn't know what the heck he's doing. All right, got someone else in here. Got someone else in here. Hang on, guys, while I... Let me grab this link real quick. Gosh, how embarrassing. such a technical failure. Um, Let me see if I can get some more. Who's in here right now? Oh, Jonas, thanks for coming back, but sorry about the technical failures. So it didn't work out the way I thought. So what I thought is if I don't start it, then it'll just keep playing. But apparently Zoom doesn't like that because it says the host never showed up. Um, but I didn't actually have anything to start. So this is like an actual a new one that I created so that we can actually do it with the host. But whatever, let's see if others will join. Probably people are like really annoyed after that. I'll tell you the truth. Let me see. Let me see. Illuminati confirm it's the Rush. Dude, it's probably you guys, man. It's the Russian. That's so good. I just want to teach, though, like I wanted to take this time to really have constructive and um, productive free webinar mentorship for you guys, but it ended up being kind of a booty. I knew I should have posted the link in that. I should have posted this new link and then just told everybody to join. Let me see. I'm out. Oh, she's not joining. Anyways, let's see if more people join. I feel real bad right now. I feel really bad, but I guess for those who are going to be watching later, at least you can learn. I mean, there's still stuff that I've been learned. I feel really bad. Can you still hear me, Jonas? Free day tomorrow. I'm gonna do another one tomorrow too. Yeep. I want to do weekly. Well, I don't want to. I'm doing it weekly webinars, and then also I'm gonna do a live one probably tomorrow or so on the crypto, because it's so much fun with the crypto stuff, dude. I'm so hyped for that. I'm really hyped for that. So let's see if more people join this new link. You can see my screen, right? Still see my screen? Yeah, no, it sucks working, dude. But we are a working species. We have to keep working no matter what it is. I don't know if people are getting that new invite. I don't know if people are joining. I don't see anyone else joining. Oh, we have 3. Who else is in here? Corey's back. So we got someone else. That's good. I'm sorry about the technical difficulties. I don't know exactly who was all in, so I can't like send out new invites. But I tried to repost it, so if people are checking their Facebooks or I don't know if people came from Instagram or not. I've got messages on Instagram right now. Timed out. Oh, Dante's back. Let me send him. Oops, wrong link. I've got, let me go here, timed out. So I'm starting to get the messages now from it being timed out. I've never actually used the Instagram to send messages. Can you even send messages on this? Like, I don't know how to do that. Like if someone sends you a personal message, I'm getting like personal messages. Everybody's all bummed out now. Let me just go straight to the chart. And let me go to the Zoom. Let me copy this link real quick. HTTPS. And then I'm just gonna keep going. I'm just gonna keep helping you guys. Let me go. So send me put some new questions in here so I can address that. Sorry for all this confusion, guys. I really feel bad right now. That's what happens when you try to put free information out there. They don't want you to know it. Like you said, it was Illuminati confirmed. All right. Anyways, I'm just gonna keep going now. All right, so this is a little hack. This is a really cool hack actually. I was implementing this for a long time. The GBP Javi, GBP USD. When I really just didn't know what to do, when to trade, how to trade, I was really going off of having learned this from another really good mentor. And it works so crazy because if GBP USD and USD JAPI, like for example, if you're trading like London Open, right? Like let's just say London Open or New York Open, and GBP USD is really pushing up, USD JAPI is really pushing up, then GBP JAPI is really going to push up. So it can really help you with confirmations if you like to trade those three pairs or any one pair. Like if you just like USD JAPI, then you can say, well, you know, if you like GBP JAPI too, then you can just implement GBP USD. You don't have to trade GU, but GU can really help you with confirmation with bullish or bearish activity, etc., for the pairs that you really do like to trade. So this was just like a little fun hack. Let's see if we just got you guys in here, so that's cool. Is there any more questions that anybody has? When to enter the market. I want to trade naked and to trend trade 15 minutes, but struggling to stick with one strategy and entering the market. Perfect. That's a great question. So what you need to start doing, how is your strategy? Like just give a brief explanation kind of like what you use. Are you using like EMAs? Do you use a lot of EMAs? Maybe like Bollinger Bands, like all these stuff. Like, does your chart look like this? Nope, only, oh, perfect. That's the best way to trade, right? It's the absolute best way to trade is a naked chart. So the best advice, want to trade pullbacks, perfect. Like, so really what you want to be implementing then is like off the 15-minute time frame, for example, right? We've got, let's do it this time here. So earlier in the morning, right? So we've got like this whole big support, right? We've got this large support. So what time is this at? This is early in the morning. This was what, 2 days ago? Or yeah, yesterday. So what you'll notice, right? So here's early in the morning. If price is going to confirm off of the higher time frame, this is what you're going to look for. You're going to say, I'm really going to want to draw zones up on the hour time frame, not so much the 15-minute, but since I'm on this just for the sake of easier understanding, you're going to say, well, this is what the higher time frame would have looked like. You would have had all these zones drawn up from the higher time frame, right? And then the hour time frame would have had all of this to draw up. So this would have all been based off the hour time frame. Well, you would have been looking for, like if you're looking for, 2-2 confirms, if you're looking for just market structure, because what market structure is going to do, it's going to make a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low if price is in confluence. right? The same thing applies for if price is in bearish. We're going to have a lower low and lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. And the way you're going to understand if price is going to keep going in that direction is going to be those higher time frames, because every 4 15-minute time frame, or every 4 candles on the 15-minute is going to be 1 hour time, is 1 hour candle, right, on the hour time frame. So you can see like 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 1 hour. 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 2 hours. And the hour is going to leave you with wicks, or it's going to leave you with lower highs, etc. So if you're trading off the 15-minute time frame, what you're going to want to be looking for is understanding if that higher time frame is pushing bullish or bearish, because you want to be moving off the higher time frame only, pretty much. You want to be able to look at a higher time frame and say, I want to trade off, I want to enter knowing that price is going to continue bearish or bullish. And once you have the confirm and you've got like the 15-minute time frame, right? So we've got, my gosh, it keeps doing this every single time. So I got like, right, like low, slow, right? Price is just ping-ponging. We've got higher highs. Now we got another higher low. And then we got a rally, right? It's just kind of rallying. But it's not breaking the support. So then what do we have? It's just bouncing, bing, 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 bing. Okay, now price is over in this general area, right? It's just general vicinity. Now we've got higher low, right? And this would have had a higher high too, right? So now we've got like this 2-1, whatever. This would have been another higher low, but price is just ping-ponging, ping-ponging, ping-ponging. And then you can see this was right at 10. You see where it says 10? So we already know that this 10 o'clock, this 10 a.m., this is the new start of a 10-hour or 4-hour candle. So this would have been a great time to actually start trading based off the 10 o'clock. And then what do we have? And then it makes another higher high, right? And then what do we got? We got another higher low. And that's right for what time? Just 11, like an hour later, right? So price, this 4-hour candle would have confirmed bullish structure. So you move around that higher time frame, the 4 hours telling you bullish, the hours probably telling you bullish, then you can expect those higher highs and higher lows off the 15-minute time frame. So join us like when you say you want to trade the pullbacks, so that's perfect. So if we have confirmed bullish structure, let's put on these EMAs just for fun. You can see right here, here's your higher low. Actually, I want it naked. It looks nicer naked, right? The higher low, well, where is it going to? The hour time frame, what session is this? This would have been New York session, because this is early in the morning. This is, okay, yeah, this is going to be the 4-hour candle into New York session. So I don't know what time that's going to be, your time, out in that general part of Europe. But 16, okay, so 4 p.m. So that's good time. I mean, if you're off work, whatever. It's the start of the new 4-hour candle. I really like, if you guys are stressing on a trading plan and style, I really recommend trading based off the higher time frames. If you just say, you know what, I don't know really what to do. So understand market structure with the 2-2s, and it works the same way for higher time frames. So let me pull up the higher time frame, right? We've got, look at this. So this is the 4-hour, right? So of course this is over a course of a couple days, but we've got, here's the 6 a.m. and then like, let's do this for example. So look how the 6 a.m. left off. You see this big wick that it left off? It left off with this big wick right here, right? So what do? You follow momentum. And what did price do? It's just going to fill this wick now. And then what do? We have a new higher low. And then we've got a rally, and it keeps going up. And then we've got a new higher low. And price is really in momentum at this point to keep pushing up. And as you can see, like here's 6 a.m., and then here's for the 10. And then right for Asian Open, it really confirmed bull, right? And so you just keep following the momentum. And then we've got, here's a 2. And then this would have been clear momentum probably to keep going down, because you would have had 2-2 market structure off the, I traded this time. This was the 15-minute was doing 2-2s going down, and look what it did. It really went down, and then it left us off hitting a support, and then it did actually a 2-1 off the 15-minute to go bullish, right? But if you're really struggling with understanding like times to trade, how to trade, when to trade, base a lot of your. So 2-2 is this, like this is what 2-2 is. So we've got lower low. Now we've got higher high, right? And then price makes a higher low. So this becomes like 2-1 because we were originally in a downtrend, and then it's going to do, the way that this really looks is it's going to look like this. It's going to look like we've got one. Yeah, trend change, right? So we've got one, right? And then now we've got, if we're looking for 2-1 confirm now we've got two. This is how I identify it. Other people might identify it differently. And then you're going to have another one. So now I'm going to clone this. So this becomes 2-1 for 2-2. So the next one that it's going to be is it's going to be 2, right? And then it's going to just continue to keep going with the bullish structure at that point. And the higher time frames and the daily would have helped you confirm that, etc. But as you can see, price is going to do the same thing off the higher time frames as it is off of the lower time frames, right? So if you're not knowing when to enter, let's do a little recap here. So like right here, I took this trade too. So we've got price pulls down. See, look, we have higher high, lower low, lower high, boom. And then see how it's just kind of rallying? It's just kind of rallying. Well, the 2 a.m. closed lower than this recent, and it's in a bearish downtrend, and price already broke like this right here, right? Price already broke the support. See how price already broke the support? So here's 2 o'clock. Here's right for the 6 a.m. candle, no drawdown. There's your money. All your money is in that beginning. So when you're trading, I really stress to people to base most of their trading around the higher time frames. Trade the beginning and some of the ends of the 4-hour time frames. You should, and just trade one a day. Just trade one a day. If you're 100% kind of confused on when to enter off of a 4-hour candle, for example, maybe wait for the next hour, because in this time, you see how in this time price pulled down 56 pips, right? Let me do a where's my brush? Here it is. Let me just draw this up, and let me go down to the hour time frame, and I'm going to scroll back, and let's see what the hour left us off with. Okay, perfect. Right? So now we've got, so by the 6 a.m., see how the 6 a.m. closed? Now we've got a wick right here that needs to get filled, and price is sitting on, sorry, it's going up a little bit. It really needs to be just straight, because that's what it is, right? Price is straight on this support. Well, where else is price going? Right for the next 7 o'clock. Like, why would it go up? It's in a downtrend, right? We've got all these higher, these lower, this is a big lower high. Price is coming down. It's coming down. Boom. It just rallies for a hot minute. And then all of a sudden, we've got the 6 a.m. So here's by the 6 a.m. would have been taking your sells. If you weren't comfortable at that time, look at the next hour. We've got a wick to fill, and we know we're going down by this time, right? So look, what does it drop? It drops another 19 pips in that time. This is where you're done trading and you're scalping to swing, right? So if you have any of your sells up here, for example, and you already pushed down over 10 pips, then just start adjusting your stop loss, right? Just start adjusting your stop loss in your profit. So if it pushes down like another 10 pips, perfect. Bring your stop loss down another 10 pips. And then if it just keeps going, you can just adjust your stop loss in your profits, and then you're good to go, right? But if we're trading around specific times, like I trade around very specific times. My favorite time to trade is early in the morning, the new 4-hour candle that opens. That's my favorite time to trade. And it's usually going to leave you off with telling you how price is going to go. And there's probably going to be like those 2-2s in there where you're going to have a lower high or a higher low to go up or to go down. And if I'm usually not 100% confident, then you can wait. So as you can see in this 1 hour, if you weren't 100% confident when to trade, well, the next candle that opened, you already had confirmed that we're going down. This little liquidity wick pullback can just be even more confidence to just stack more sales. So what? It was 7 pips, whatever, of if you would have stacked sales directly here, you would have had like 6 pips of drawdown. But if you would have been looking at the smaller time frame, like the 15-minute time frame, let's go look at the 15-minute time frame. We might have to scroll back much further, and let's see what price looked like. Let's see what price looked like. Okay. Here we go, right here. So here is for 6, and so here is for your 7, and all it did was it's just rallying to reject, just to keep going down, right for 7, right for in that 7 a.m. just to tank. The hour time frame would have confirmed, right? So off of the 15-minute time frame, right? We've got this highest high. Now we've got a new lower low, and you can expect a pullback. It doesn't always happen in an hour. Like this is 4 candles, so these 4 candles made up 1 hour, right? So that was that 1 hour of it just kind of making the little wick, and then right by at least 7:30 to 7:45, what do we have? There's your drop again, right? So this is the highest high, the lower low, the lower high off the 15-minute time frame. There's your sells, and if you put sells anywhere in this time, right? Anywhere in this time you put sells, okay, you experience a little bit of drawdown possibly, but just adjust your stop loss accordingly. Like we already know we're in a downtrend now, so you can expect a little bit of a pullback and expect possibly a little bit of drawdown. And then, don't put your whole account on, have proper account management and, your risk to reward ratio, whatever. And I know a lot of people that are trading off of the 14 EMA and 50 crosses. So what did this do? All it did was come back just to touch the 14 EMA just to tank again, because the hour time frame would have confirmed for us, right? Let's see where it's at. Did I go too far maybe? Did I go too far? Let me zoom out as far as I can. Hold on, guys. Oh, here it is. I went a little too far. So that hour time frame would have left us off with, let me clear everything now because it's getting a little cluttered. Or I don't want to clear everything because I have some valuable stuff on earlier. But as you can see, hold on. Let me actually delete this. Let me go here. Cancel this. Let me just delete all these guys. Let me just delete these just to clear up the screen a little bit. Get these pip counts off. Oh, I didn't know you can do it that way. Wow, you learn something new every day, right? So here's what the hour left us off. Now we have real confirmed bearish movement. So you just got to wait a little bit, just having the patience to either wait out your drawdown a little bit or just understand that the higher time frames are always going to win. And then what do we have? What do we have here? Now that this hour closed like this, now we've got a wick to fill. And we have the next areas that price wants to go. The 4-hour time frame would have been, you want to draw your zones up really like on 4-hour time frames, the hour time frames, etc. Because then you have a profit target. Because guaranteed, like if we scroll back on the hour, it's really hard to see. Like really hard to see, right? But the 4-hour time frame would have been really nice. So you would have had your profit target, right? Oops. I can't draw a straight line on the computer. It's nearly impossible. These are where your profit targets would have been. Your profit targets would have been these zones that would have been off the 4-hour time frame. Actually, I can still see the 4-hour. If I go to the 4-hour right now, we don't have to zoom out that far. Perfect. So we've got, let me go to my rectangle, my box, right? So price was in this zone, right? This was the zone that was confirmed the bearish activity. Wait, was this the one? I think this was the one. Yeah, for the 6 a.m. Right? And then your next profit target, you would have been, okay, well, where's it going to go to? Well, the places that it's going to go to is you look left, and you say, well, price has touched this area tons of times, right? You look left and you can see price is touching, price is touching, price is touching this whole area tons and tons of times. That's where your profit target really is going to be. So either you're just shooting for 10 pips each, which I like to do that, or your real profit target is going to be your zone to zone. So if it is going to drop, where's it going to drop to? Well, 100% it's going to go to the next zone. So that's really what you guys want to be paying attention to based off those higher time frames. Here's the next one. Here is 2. What did the 2 left us off with? We had higher high here. We had lower. My gosh, I hate it when it does that. It's so annoying. Lowest low, right? This was right for 2, right? Like I like to trade right as the new candle is opening. And then here's your lower high. I traded all this too. I remember all this. And then we've got, so here's your first lower high off the 4-hour time frame. So it was right in time for the morning just to tank. And as you can see, price dropped, right? 25 pips. And then it retraced. And then what did the 10 a.m. do? Now we've got another wick to fill. So the 10 a.m. did the exact same thing. It dropped and it's just rallying on this lower high area. So it's only going to keep going down if it's bearish activity. So it's right for the Asian Open. 1400 hours is right when the Asian market opens, right? 2 p.m. my time. Boom. What does it do the next time? Now we're really continuing in the bearish momentum. The hour time, actually the daily time frame probably would have been your beautiful bread and butter around that time. Yep. So if we hide everything, it's right here, right? So this is when the daily filled. So what did the next daily do? We got a wick to fill, right? All of this whole area was that 4-hour candles that were going up and down kind of that we were just going over. And it was right for the next daily to open. And what did it do? It just tanked, right? It just tanked. The daily time frames, in my opinion, are the most effective around the Asian Open. Tanked. They're really effective around when the next Asian opens. Like the daily time frame is not going to have as much like structure as like a 6 a.m. when the 6 a.m. 4-hour candle opens, because you've got a total of like 3 to 4 4-hour candles that are going to open before the daily candle opens. So the daily is the most effective, in my opinion. This is just speculation around the next getting closer to Asian Open. So I'm not gonna be paying attention to the daily as much in the morning as I am going to be paying attention to the 4-hour time frame, because the 4-hour time frame has so much more movement before the next daily were to open, right? But as you can see, like I'll just do another like little back test here. For example, we're on support, and this is by 2 a.m. or 2 to 6 a.m. This is the new 4-hour candle. So what do? Just follow momentum. What did the 4-hour candle do? It pushed up. What did the next one do? Pushed up. And it didn't stop pushing up for the next how many days? Right? So here's by 6 a.m. This was on the 6th of December. Look how many pips. Scalp to swing. The reason why I really like trading the early morning pushes is because you have an opportunity in those early mornings. They set up usually for the rest of the day or the rest of the week, right? And as you can see, look at what this 6 a.m. did. The 4-hour candle, it's set up for the rest of the week. And the force is with momentum. Absolutely. Momentum is understanding the trend, right? As any profitable Forex trader will tell you, the trend is your friend. Sinking in my brain. Good. I'm glad. The trend is your friend. The trend is your friend. The trend is your friend. Always put this in your mind. And if I go to any other time, like if I go to, okay, let me type in this. I hate this pair. I don't even know how to type it out. Is it NZD USD or is it USD NZD? I don't even know. I never trade this pair. This pair is disgusting. But it still works the same. So let's look to see how market structure works, right? We've got let's look for another one. Okay, so here's perfect, right? Here's 2 a.m. The 2 a.m. candle closed early in the morning. The 4-hour 2 o'clock candle closed, whatever. So what did it leave us off for? 6 a.m. What did it leave us off with? Oh, number one, a wick to fill, right? And just follow momentum. What did it do? It dropped. So now we've got higher highs, right? This will work for any pair, guys. It's all the same market structure. Now price is on the support, but it broke the support, right? Now we've got lower low. Again with the trickery, right? And then what do we got again? We've got now our lower high off the 4-hour time frame. So you can expect that it's just going to keep going down, because if it's going to work that way with the 15-minute time frame, imagine the power on the higher time frame. So what do we got? You guys, this is what's really cool about trading the 4-hour time frame early in the morning. You can literally take any pair that's got US dollar in it, and just trade every single morning. Wait every single morning for that 4-hour candle. If one pair doesn't look nice, don't trade it. Wait for another pair. You guys can just go back and check almost all pairs, and all pairs are going to act the same way. So what did NZD USD do at this time? It just tanked right at the 4-hour, right when the 4-hour candle opened, right? The same thing. Let's see what it did again. So here's 2. The 2 o'clock opened here. So either it's a lower high, and you can say, well, I'm not confident. Maybe it's going to keep going up. You can wait. So what did the 6 o'clock close us with? Now it really wants to go down. Now we've got a wick to fill. Follow momentum. So that by the 10 a.m. candle, the new 4-hour candle, what did it do? It just dropped. And then actually by Asian Open had another wick to go fill, right? It's the power of the higher time frames. So let's look again. Here's 2 a.m. Well, this is definitely engulfing. So you would follow momentum. So I probably would have placed buys. I mean, I would never trade this pair, but I would have placed the buys. So profit target could have been pretty clear just in these 8 pips. But because it's so engulfing, you can probably expect a pullback, right? And then what did it do? It just tanked. And so after the 6 o'clock was done, the new 4 o'clock candle, 4-hour candle for 10 a.m., what did it do? Just follow momentum. So now it went down. So what did Asian Open do? Asian Open had this huge wick, or this huge momentum, and now we've got a wick to go fill. And so what happened? What happened by the next candle that opened? This is after Nikki. What did it do? It just launched. And then what did the next do? Up until the London Open, what did it do? It just launched again. Just follow momentum. If you base your trades around these higher time frames, you really can't go wrong. Let's do another pair. A pair that I don't even trade. Somebody put a pair in. Just somebody type a pair in, a random pair. USD CAD, perfect, right? And another little bit of advice. I am using TradingView to look at charts, because TradingView is partners with Awanda, Forex, CM, whatever. It's partners with these major brokerages, and these major brokerages are going to give you the clearest signals. So I'm looking at USD, or I'm looking at TradingView, but I'm taking my entries on my MetaTrader platform. So I'm not trading off of this, but see, TradingView is a platform. Price feed is good. So you see, you can actually buy and sell off this. Like I have, I've got a, where is it at? Forex.com. Like I have a thing with Forex.com, right? I can trade off of this. But I don't. I've never taken entries off of this. I've only used it to do a market analysis, right? So let's just follow momentum. Here's USD CAD, right? Let's look for a 2 a.m. Perfect. So here's the 2 a.m. left us off with an engulfing candle. So if you're unsure where price is going to go at this time, let's highlight this box. Okay, we got 10 more minutes. I'm gonna eventually, if things keep going well with these free webinars, I'm just gonna pay for the subscription, and that way we can go a little bit longer for you guys. But I just did a little longer for you because the last session kind of cut out on everyone, so I wanted to give a little bit more feedback. But I will end in 10 minutes. So let me go down to the 15-minute time frame now. Let's go down to the 15-minute time